Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123 and this is going to be a library book haul. So I thought I would show you all the books that I currently have out from my local library. And yeah, maybe give you some ideas for books that you would like to read. So if you enjoy watching the video, which I really hope you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. And hey, don't forget to smash the notification bell. Then you can find out when I've uploaded new content and also when I'm doing live streams. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to show you them, tell you about them. Can I just say, how cozy is this backdrop? I feel really cozy. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, this is so cozy. Anyway, if you want to know what it is, it's literally just my mum's blanket. She has this blanket on her bed because it's really cold at the moment. So she's obviously got a duvet cover and stuff, but then she puts this blanket over and it's just so nice. It's really soft. And I thought, oh, I'll put that up as a backdrop and I love it. So expect to see it in future videos because it just, I don't know, it gives off that cozy vibe. Anyway, okay, so let me show you the books. Actually, the first thing I've got to do, really important, is put my glasses on because without those, yeah, bit of a struggle. Also, let me know in the comment section down below what book you are currently reading and if you're enjoying it or not. And also if there's any books coming out soon that you're excited for. I have got here the book that I'm currently reading. So after I've done the library book haul, I will show you my current read. Okay, anyway, stop rambling, Laura, stop rambling. Okay, the first book I want to show you, which I have out from the library, is this one here. And it is called The Book Club. Now, isn't that a perfect name, The Book Club, for a bookworm like me? This is by C.J. Cooper, and it is a thriller. I love thrillers. I say this all the time, but like every time I read a thriller book, I turn into a detective. Detective Laura at your service, trying to work out who's good, who's bad, what's going on, etc. I love it. I love thrillers. So this one says, the book club, everyone is hiding a secret. One of them is murder. It says, the book club was her idea, of course. It was her way into our group, a chance to get close. I knew from the day she arrived that she couldn't be trusted, and I was right, because Alice didn't come to the village for peace and quiet. No, no, no. She came for revenge. Oof. I do love books with revenge in. I don't know why, but I really enjoy revenge-based books. So, yeah, this just sounds really exciting. And obviously the whole connection with the book club and stuff. So, yeah, that is that one. I've got lots of different books here, by the way. They're not all thrillers. Okay, so the next one is, I think, going to be a bit of a romance, actually. So, you know, as I say, not all thrillers, not all dark and depressing and scary. This one is called The Love Curse of Melody McIntyre and is by Robin Talley. I love Robin Talley. I've read a few of her books and like I literally love her writing style. I love the characters that she brings into the stories and I just, yeah, she's so amazing. If you've not read any books by Robin Talley, I really recommend her books. I think my favourite one by her would be Pulp. Like, she's just such a good author. Anyway, so yeah, this one has like a theatre vibe. It is LGBTQI theme as well. It's easy not to fall in love. Right. Okay, so it says a feel-good rom-com, which is good. We always like, you know, feel-good books. Well, unless they're dark, depressing thrillers, then they're not so feel-good. I still like them. But anyway, it says Melody McIntyre, stage manager extraordinaire, has a plan for everything. What she doesn't have, success with love. Every time she falls for someone during rehearsals, both the romance and the show end in catastrophe. So she swears off love until the upcoming production of Les Mis is over. I love Les Mis. That's so cool. Anyway, of course, Mel didn't count on Odell. I think that is Odile. I'll call it Odell. Rose, rising star in the acting world, auditioning for the spring production, and she definitely didn't expect Odell to be sweet and funny and care as much about the play's success as Mel, which means that Melody McIntyre's only plan now is trying desperately not to fall in love. So I think that sounds super cute, and I love the fact that it's like theatre, you know, like the whole like musical and stuff, and yeah, I think it's going to be good. I love her writing, so I hope I'll love this one as well. The next author I've actually read before as well. I love her books. I think there's only been one book that I've not particularly liked of hers, and I can't remember the title of it, but it had something to do with the movies, like films or something. Anyway, but most of the books I read from her, I've really, really loved. So this is Holly Bourne, What's a Girl Gotta Do? I love the cover, by the way. Really, really awesome. That big mouth. Nearly as big as my mouth, but not quite. Yeah, this is going to be good, I think. Feminism, friendship, fallouts. The book that everyone's shouting about. How to start a feminist revolution. Number 1, call out anything that is unfair on one gender. Number 2, don't call out the same thing twice so you can sleep and breathe. Number 3, always try to keep it funny. And number 4, don't let anything slide even when you start to break. So it's about this girl, and her name is Lottie, and she wants to kind of like change the world. She starts this vlog called the Vigilante Vlog, but then she gets like really badly trolled and stuff, but she has to stick to her, you know, her beliefs and trying to get her message across and stuff. And yeah, I think it sounds really interesting. And as I say, I love Holly Bourne books, so, you know, there we go. Okay, so the next book is a thriller. Every Last Fear by Alex Finlay. This has been on my TBR for a while, so I'm, you know, finally happy that I've actually got it and going to read it at some point. I just wish the font was a bit bigger. The font is really small. So as you can see, obviously I wear glasses when I read and stuff. So like when the font is really, really tiny, I can still read it, but it hurts my eyes. Like it gives me a bit of eye strain when I'm focusing on the really small font. But I'm just going to have to see how I get on with it. I do like bigger font, but the story just sounds so good, and I've wanted to read it for ages, as I say. So I am going to give it a try. Yeah, so yeah, it says university student Matt Pine has just received devastating news. Nearly his entire family have been found dead while holidaying in Mexico. The local police claim it was an accident, and the FBI aren't convinced, and they won't tell Matt why. The tragedy thrusts his family into the media spotlight again, because 7 years ago, Matt's older brother, Danny, was sentenced to life in prison for murdering his teenage girlfriend. Danny has always sworn he was innocent, and last year, a true crime documentary that claimed he was wrongfully convicted went viral. Now his family's murder is overlapping with Danny's case, and Matt is determined to uncover the truth behind the crime that sent his brother to prison, even if it means putting his own life in danger. And confronting is confronting is his every last fear. There we go. Woo! There's a mouthful. Yeah, I love that, like the whole kind of true crime and the documentary and it going viral and 2 kind of stories in one. And yeah, I think it sounds really exciting, and I just hope I can read it with that really tiny font. Okay, so the next book is quite fun, very different from that dark book. This is The Mozza Ball. I only picked this up today, and I'm so happy. I'd had this on order from my local library for ages, and I got this email to say it was in. I was like, yes. So I'm just hoping it's going to be as good as I think it's going to be. It's by Jean Meltzer, and it's. I just think it sounds really fun. It says it's the Hanukkah season. Sorry, I didn't say that right. Let me say that again. Hanukkah. When you say Jewish words, you've got to put the ch. You can't just say Hanukkah. You've got to say Hanukkah. So let me start that again. It's the Hanukkah event of the season and the feud of the century. So for those of you that don't know, you know, I go on about it all the time, so most of you do know. I am Jewish myself, and there's not that many books for Jewish people. I mean, there obviously are, but they're always like depressing about, you know, the obvious events of the past, and it's always like sad. I just want some fun Jewish characters, you know, without it being kind of doom and gloom and kind of sad. So to find a book that has got, you know, majority of main characters Jewish, and that it's supposed to be fun and stuff, I was like, finally, please do more Jewish rep in books, which is fun, you know. But yeah, I saw this and I just think it sounds great. So it is actually Hanukkah very soon. See, I use the ch again, Hanukkah. It's about this character called Rachel Rubenstein Goldblatt. I mean, they couldn't have given her a more Jewish name. That's like as Jewish as you get. It says here she's a nice Jewish girl with a shameful secret. She loves Christmas. For a decade, she's hidden her career as a Christmas romance novelist from her family. Her talent has made her a bestseller, even as her chronic illness has always kept the kind of love she writes about out of reach. But when her diversity-conscious publisher insists that she write a Hanukkah romance, her well of inspiration suddenly runs dry. Hanukkah's not magical, it's not merry, it's not Christmas. So despite not to lose her contract, Rachel's determined to find her muse at the Mozza Ball, a Jewish music celebration on the last night of Hanukkah, even if it means working with her summer camp arch enemy, Jacob Greenberg, another really Jewish name. I know I'm moaning about a really Jewish name, but it's like they've gone all out with these names. But anyway, I suppose I'd be moaning if it was like Bob Smith or something. So we'll just, anyway, though Rachel and Jacob haven't seen each other since they were kids, their grudge still glows brighter than a menorah. But as they spend more time together, Rachel finds herself drawn to Hanukkah and to Jacob in a way that she never expected. Maybe the holiday of lights will be the spark that she needed to set her heart ablaze. I love that last line. That's great. And it says here, "Oi to the world." I think this is going to be good fun. And I have to say, like, I do really love Christmas as well. But I'm lucky, to be fair, because my mum's Jewish, my dad's Protestant, so I kind of grew up with both, like Christmas and Hanukkah, and I got 2 lots of presents, so embrace both festivals, that's what I say. So that's that one. The next book, we go back to the kind of dark thriller that I so enjoy. It's called The Search Party, and it is by Simon Lelik, I don't know how to say that. Loving the cover of this one as well, by the way. I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I do. I like a nice book cover, what can I say? And yeah, it says 1 missing person, 5 friends, and a killer among them. So it says 16-year-old Sadie Saunders is missing. 5 friends set out into the woods to find her, but they're not just friends, they're suspects. You see, this was never a search party. It's a witch hunt, and not everyone will make it home alive. I love that. Like, that just sounds so intense and exciting. So yeah, once again, really small font again. So I'm hoping that these books I'll be able to read. Why are they printing like books in such tiny like size? Like, yeah. Anyway, right, the next book is from Stacey Lee. So this is the UK version of this cover. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is pretty, but I do like the American cover that I've seen online and stuff better. But it don't matter. It don't matter. It's what's inside that counts. So yeah, Downstairs Girl. It says, sorry, the lighting in here is so bad. I don't know why it's so dark. I need to put my camera light on, I think, soon. Right, okay. Jo Kwan is leading a double life. By day, she works as a quiet lady's maid, but by night, she's the voice behind the most radical advice column in 1890s Atlanta. Jo is used to living life on the margins, invisible except for the occasional looks of disdain, but she won't let it hold her back. While her priority is making sure that she and her father remain safe in the hideaway beneath the print shop, she still has ambition and strong opinions of her own that she begins to share in a newspaper advice column under the name Miss Sweetie. Suddenly, all of Atlanta is talking about her ideas, although little do they know that the witty advice comes from a penniless Chinese girl. As curiosity about Miss Sweetie mounts, Jo's secret identity may not stay secret for much longer, and as she learns more of the hard truths about her identity and her country, she must find the courage to decide between being herself or staying invisible. I think that sounds so good. So good. So yeah, got that one. I have 3 left to show you from the library, and then of course I will show you my current read. The first one is by Neil Spring, and it's called The Lost Village. So I recently read a book by Neil Spring, and it was called The Ghost Hunters, and oh my god, it was so good. Now I'm not going to ruin it because I have my TBR video ready to film obviously at the end of the month, but let's just say it could be my book of the month. I loved it so much, but I'm not going to say anymore. But if you've not read The Ghost Hunters, It's an amazing book. It's about this guy who's a ghost hunter. He's basically a bit of a fraudster, and he goes to investigate Borley Rectory, which is now knocked down and stuff. But back in the day, it was one of the most haunted places in the United Kingdom. I think the area, like the land, is still pretty dark and haunted. But yeah, anyway, it's a fantastic book. This is number 2 in the series, so we get to kind of find out what happened to Harry. That's his name, Harry Price. And this is, by the way, this is based on a true story, as was the other one. There was Harry Price. If you want to Google it, it's really fascinating. This guy was like, you know, fooling everyone that he was like, you know, this psychic and doing paranormal stuff. And anyway, read up about it if it's your cup of tea. So yeah, I don't really want to say much about this book because it is number 2 to number 1. So read number 1 first and then read this one. But this just sounds, you know, also super creepy. And it's set in a remote English village called Imber. And it's a really interesting story. It's honestly, I don't want to give any spoilers. You need to read number 1 first, I think, because then you'll get to know the character and his assistant as well, and all the spooky stuff that he's been through and she's been through. Anyway, so yeah, The Lost Village. It says here some places aren't meant to be found. It says here deliciously creepy. Sounds good to me then. I like creepy. The next one here is by Sheila Bugler and it's called The Lucky 8. I'd not heard of this book at all. Like some of these books I had heard of and seen online and stuff, but I haven't heard of this one at all. I literally was in the library walking around and saw it and I was like, oh, I don't know why I was drawn to it for some reason. But then I read about it and I was like, actually, that sounds really, really cool. My cup of tea. So The Crash was only the beginning. It is another thriller, as I say. I do love my thrillers. So it says, when the plane crashed, 160 people perished, and now someone is killing off the survivors. 5 years ago, a horrific airline disaster made headlines around the world. On the anniversary, the survivors gather to mark the occasion. But by morning, one of them lies dead. Within days, another is stabbed to death, and it seems certain that a killer is targeting the Lucky 8. So, yeah, I think this sounds very interesting. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I don't know. Clodagh Kinsella. I'll call her Clodagh. I don't know. Kinsella recovered from her injuries but lost her memory of the tragedy. The murders give rise to her fear that long-held secrets are about to surface. As police scrutinise each of them, the noose tightens on the group, and it's only a matter of time before she will face the consequences of a mistake that she made before the plane went down. It says here, there's a quote on the back, one of those books that you'll read in one sitting. So I do find, I don't know about my lovely viewers who are watching this, but if you read thrillers, I do find that I read thrillers a lot quicker than other genres. Like if I'm reading a fantasy or a romance, as much as I'm enjoying it and stuff, with a thriller, I literally can't put it down. You know, I get up thinking about it, have to read a few pages in the morning, and if I'm tired at night, I'll just be like half asleep because I want to know what happens. Like they really grip me, thrillers. Maybe that's why I love them so much. I don't know. And the last book I want to show you here is a big one. This is the chunkiest one. It's got a really beautiful cover. And it's called The Beloved Girls by Harriet Evans. So I've never read anything by Harriet Evans. I've heard of her, but I've just never read anything by her. So I'm quite interested to find out if I will like her books. So it says, Catherine, a successful barrister, vanishes from a train station on the eve of her anniversary. Is it because she saw a figure, someone she believed long dead, or was it a shadow cast by her troubled, fractured mind? The answer lies buried in the past, and it lies in the events of the hot summer of 1989 at Vanes, which is a mysterious West Country manor house where a young girl called Jane arrives to stay with the Grand Hunter family, and where a devastating tragedy will unfold. Over the summer, as an ancient family ritual looms closer, Jane falls for each member of the family in turn. She and Kitty, the eldest daughter of the house, will forge a bond that decades later is still shaping the present. See, I'm not sure if it's going to go like a spooky vibe. Like, you know, when they said about like, is she seeing like a ghost, or is it her mind? I don't know. I'm feeling it could be a spooky-ish book, but I could be wrong. It might not be, but I'm thinking it is. Anyway, so they are all my library books. Let me know what book you like the look of the best. Maybe you've read any of these. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I love reading your comments, so please do comment. I don't know what one I'm most excited about reading. I'm probably going to go with the book club, I think, because of my whole bookish, personality. And I like the fact that they're all hiding a secret. There's a murder, and I don't know. I love the cover as well, with like the books and the glasses, and yeah, I think this is going to be read very soon. Okay, right, so before I go, I'm just going to quickly show you and tell you about the book that I'm currently reading. Now, this was a book that was very kindly gifted to me from the publishers, so thank you very much. This is called The Whistling by Rebecca Netley. It's the hardback version. Sorry about my grubby little finger marks on there. I know. I try not to do that, but I just I just got grubby little finger marks. But anyway, honestly, this book, I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm so invested in it. I'm so enjoying it. I'm so loving it. I'm currently on chapter 20, page 100. God, it's so bad lighting in here. I think it's 171, chapter 20. So I'm thinking, am I halfway? No, nearly halfway. If you like creepy, spooky ghost stories, I really recommend this book. Like, I love it so much. So first of all, a massive thank you to the publishers and to Rebecca. She's such a lovely lady. I talk to her sometimes on Twitter, and she's retweeted some of my tweets. And yeah, thank you so much for doing that. And honestly, I'm loving this book. Like, I literally, have I said that before? I have, haven't I? But you know, when you get really passionate about a book, I literally am just so enjoying this. Nathan, bless him, my fiance, to those that are new here, he was trying to talk to me last night, and I was so engrossed in my reading, I was like ignoring him. And he was like, Laura. I was like, huh? That's how I know, like, I'm really into the book, because I literally zone anything and anyone out, because I'm so, anyway, into it. So basically, it's about this lady called Elizabeth Swanson, and she's taken up the position of a nanny on this really kind of spooky remote island, middle of nowhere, a Scottish island of Skelthsea. Hardly anyone lives there, kind of thing. So that in itself to me is creepy, when it's kind of that place where there's not many people about. So she has to look after this little girl called Mary, who is quite a troubled child. And she won't talk, which is, obviously quite difficult to communicate with her, because she's not talking. Should I just read this to you? It's probably easier than me describing it. It's easier. Alone in the world, Elizabeth Swanson has taken the position of nanny to a family on the remote Scottish island of Skelthsea. Her charge, Mary, is a troubled child, distracted and secretive. She hasn't uttered a word since the sudden death of her twin brother, William, just days after their former nanny disappeared. With Mary defiantly silent, Elizabeth turns to the islanders, but no one will speak of what happened to William, just as no one can explain the hypnotic lullabies sung in empty corridors, nor the strange dolls that appear in abandoned rooms, nor the faint whistling that comes in the night. As winter draws in and passage to the mainland becomes impossible, Elizabeth finds herself trapped. But is this house haunted by the ghosts of the past or the secret of the living? Oof. Yeah, I mean, the whole kind of lullabies and stuff, that really freaks me out. And like finding the dolls, there's also these little stones that they're finding with like symbols on them. There's obviously witchcraft involved and stuff. It is so like atmospheric. I think that is the best word I can describe it. Spooky and atmospheric. I love it. I really do. It's just so well wrote, and it's brilliant. I can't wait to just get to the end and find out what happens. But then I'll be sad, because it'll be the end of the book, and I'm enjoying it. But I'm just really super duper loving it. So yeah, that is The Whistle. It's out now, by the way. So if you do want a spooky read for this time of year, I recommend it. The cover is so cool. If you look really carefully, there's a lady, probably Elizabeth, look, in there, in the candle. Ooh. Anyway, so that is my current read. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And as I say, leave some comments down below. I love reading your feedback. Okay, a few little things before I go. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. Please smash the notification bell to all notifications. Go and check out my other channels. I have Minx Laura 123 ASMR. On that channel, I do videos to help people with anxiety and insomnia, kind of like relaxation, chill kind of videos. So yeah, that's links down below to that. Also, I've got a new channel which I literally just created, and it's also ASMR videos, but they're ASMR YouTube shorts. You know, the whole kind of YouTube short thing. So like really short, literally short minute clips of ASMR videos. And that is Minxlaura123 ASMR shorts. All the links as I'm talking about these will be down below anyway. So please go and check out both my other channels. And my social media stuff now, if you want to come and follow me, that would be fantastic. So Twitter is at Minxlaura123, Instagram is Minxlaura123, and TikTok, or as I like to say, tickety-tock, yeah, is at Minxlaura123 ASMR. So yeah, come follow me. I do follow back. So yeah, okay, thank you for watching, and to my fellow bookworm buddies, you are awesome. Oh, you know what I forgot? I did forget Goodreads as well. I don't know my link off by heart, but down below is the link to my Goodreads page. So if you want to read, like, see what books I've read and want to read and stuff, check out my Goodreads. Come and friend me on there. All right, well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.